Hi guys, happy Saturday. Welcome back to my channel. Today, much to the many requests, I am doing more upcycling of index cards. Here's a few that I have a video up and I will link that in the description. Many of you have already seen these, but if you're new, you know, I'm just using this size index card. You could use any size. I have many sizes. I think this is a good size though. So these are, you know, journal tucks. You could use them in Happy Mail, all sorts of reasons. They're just fun to make. I do most of mine by way of collaging. So I thought for the first one, I do have a special place in my heart for vintage stuff, you guys. I know I do a lot of things on my channel that's bright and bold, but I love vintage, particularly authentic vintage, and I have been lucky to go on some really neat vintage hauls. So this is just a portion of some of the things that I've collected. I have lots and lots of old letters. Some stuff in here is not vintage, but you know, old ledger, I think that's ledger, magazine pieces. This is something, a box of a few things that I just put into here to collage with, but I have bins and bins elsewhere. So these I picked up actually from a thrift store, and I thought they would be fun to use as a pocket or a tuck in a journal. Haven't used them yet, but all right. So I'll be pulling from this bin. It'll just be kind of sitting next to me. There's just no room and frame for it. Oh, here's a little vintage style soft cover journal that I made. I haven't seen this in ages. I didn't even know it existed, you guys. But if anyone's interested in this little mini soft cover journal, I'm willing to sell it, seeing as I didn't even know I had it. Here's a vintage snippet strip that I attached in there. So it wouldn't be a huge journal, obviously. It'd just be something like a little starter journal or a pocket, you know, I don't know what they call it, traveler. So, and I guess there's a little guy in here. Anyways, let's move forward. Let's start with some vintagey collage. And then I always go off track, but my next plan possibly is to do a color themed index cards. So what are you guys up to today? Of course, like I always ask, where are you tuning in from? I love hearing about it. Even if you've told me, it's fine. You can tell me again. I'm just hanging out. I didn't sleep amazing last night, so probably gonna crash early. I may do a live craft with me later. We'll see how rambunctious I am. So when I'm collaging, I'm just trying to get a base down. I have to kind of restrain myself from not doing a billion pieces on the base, because really the beauty, I think, comes in when you start adding layers. I'm a big washi fan user. Oops, I'm trying not to shake my table. I'm getting glue everywhere. I already have black fingers from, I was playing in my stamps. They're not dirty. Well, I guess they're dirty. I've got some stamps off to the side that I'm probably going to use while I'm collaging. Yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of this old letter. You guys, I have a million of these, so don't get all upset if I use it. And they're all in, what language are these in? Portuguese, I believe. So I can't read them anyway. Oh no, this one is in English. But I do have a ton of old letters in Portuguese. Okay. I try to stick to vintage pieces, but I'll obviously end up weaving in some stuff that's not. You know, the theme will end up being vintage for sure. I'll take a break in a little bit and wash my hands because the glue is going to make me nuts. So let's see. Let me get a little more down on the base. So I think, yep, this is Polska, so this is in Polish. I'll put a little bit down here, or wherever. Now you don't have to do any sewing on these. Let's see, where do I want this? I do a sewing around the edge when I'm done just because I like the look. You guys, I'm gonna have to get smart and start keeping wet wipes by me because it's unacceptable to have sticky, gluey hands. It drives me nuts. I can't stand if my hands are sticky, just in general. If I get sticky hands and I'm driving, I have to stop. So for me, the fun part of this, I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit, is adding the stuff at the end. But it's all fun. I might add a little bit of, I add this at the bottom. This is not authentic vintage paper. I'm actually gonna bum a card so I can do this. So my table stops getting all. And then if you're familiar with my style, if not, a lot of times some of this gets covered as I'm going along. I usually don't have a plan. Today, the only thing I really planned was themes. I gathered some colored stuff. I really want to add this in here, but I think it's too soon. I'm thinking about this guy, maybe. Girl, she might be too big. We'll find out. All right, let's do a little more book page, because that's a nice coverage. Let's see. Yeah. And you could do less pieces, you know, to cover this and then get funky with the decor. Let's see, I need one more piece, roughly. I have this passenger registration. I could take a little piece of that. I don't really want to cover that, but it's all right if it gets covered. I'll survive. All right, so the base is covered. Next, I like to cut off this excess because it drives me nuts, so I'll cut it and be back. Okay. So as I'm collaging, I'm thinking of how I want to add more detail and my go-tos for collaging. Once I've gotten that down, this part I'm not super picky about because you'll see that I completely keep covering it. I like to look for words, a number or numbers, and a focal point, and a little more layers. So this is too blendy, I think, for this, but we'll see. This might not really go. I gotta think about it. Let me add some layers first with some washi tape. I have this like kind of newspaper washi that's perfect for this theme. That one didn't get very much words on it though. And I usually add a little bit of glue to my washi just because it, it doesn't stick very great. Just add a little piece there. Here it is. Okay, guys, look at this. It's just like, I don't know what it is, but it's like vintage words or something. I love the yellowish gold tone to it. I add it a lot to my vintagey style. Ooh, this stuff's good too. It's another roll of kind of vintage washi. I bought these off of someone in my journal group, so I don't really know if these are even sold anymore. But I don't always put words the right direction, so I'll add things like that. It's hanging off a little, but that's all right. Let me look through my bin of fun things. Let's see kind of the direction I want to go. So I just pull out potentials. I'll bring them into frame in a sec. Oops, I'm making a mess. I do love adding a ticket. I just grab a few things and then kind of play around with it. What about a number? A big old number. I gotta think. Let's see. I'll reach from this once. Actually, I might. I think I'm gonna round the corners on this one. I'll round it now. Well, I guess I could round it at the end. Doesn't matter. I'll trim this washi a little bit. It's kind of hanging off. I'm going to grab my darker Distress Oxide, but here we are. Green actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'll add some darker when I'm done. I just kind of like to see where I'm at with, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Let's see about adding some detail. I gotta figure out where my focal point's going first, probably, but do we want this girl? I don't think she's gonna fit. Nope, she's too big. So, I'm not against that. Oops. Let me look for something. I want to add possibly a tab. So let's see here, guys. I have an idea, but I don't know if it's going to pan out. It's hard to say here. Okay. Oh, I got gluey, dirty. Where's my washcloth? Distress ink all over my fingers, getting all over my stuff. All right. Let's see if this will work. I love tabs. All about the tabs. Henry. He's on my deck crying because we're not playing ball, even though we've done it like for the last 3 hours. Now I need my stapler. I need 2 staples. Maybe I'll glue that on. No, I'm gonna do glue and a staple because I want the staple look, but I think it needs both sides with some. You know, get what I'm throwing down? There. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the staple on very straight, but it's vintage. All right. Now I need, let's see. I'll put that butterfly on there because butterflies go great with the vintage theme. Could sew the butterfly on, but we'll do this for now. Oops. Oh, I gotta think. Let's see, let's do this here. Oh, that always happens. A little stamping. I already got a number. I don't love that number that I did, but it's there. I got something on there. Okay, let's see. I mean, it could be complete, really. I always get the back all janky from stuff, but I don't really care. I don't mind lots of numbers. In fact, I can show you my vintage, some of my vintage stamps. Well, I'll use one of them. Let me see if I can find it. This guy that I add numbers to, I gotta see if it's oriented. Yeah, and you can change the date and the numbers. So I usually just add a little detail. What do you guys think? Does it look complete or should I keep going? I haven't used some of these stamps, so I'll stamp and see what I feel like. Let me see what it looks like over here. Guess I can add a little on there. I don't want to go overboard. I really think it's done. I mean, yeah. I want to keep building and building, but I just think all the stuff that I want to show, I don't want it covered. So I'm going to leave that one as it is. I'm going to go 10 to Henry, clean up, and then I do plan to either go live later or film more of index card options because I have lots of ideas. So I'll upload this and I will see you guys on the next one or live. If I go live, I'll post on the community tab and let you know. Thanks for watching. Here, I'll put this in frame. Bye.